Hello everyone, my name is Jesse and this is the Auditorium I React to Video Game Music. Today we're going to be checking out the return of Ys. This is Foliage in the Ocean. Foliage Ocean in Celceta, otherwise known as Memories of Celceta. Let me know if I'm saying that right or if it's Celceta or something like that. And we're going to be checking out two songs, Black Wings and Underground Ruins. I took it upon myself for the first time after all this time is to see what this game actually looks like. And it looks pretty cool. It looks kind of reminds me of like Xenoblade Chronicles, the way it looks. Kind of RPG, I guess, really. I don't know if it's like turn-based or if you like walk around like action adventure, but I saw a couple of screenshots and I was like, cool, you know. If I ever do play a Falcom game one day, I'd probably start with Ys just because the music is so sick. This is my second time at least hearing this game, this Memories of Celceta, and these are both from the Falcom music channel. This is requested by Patrick and Mega. Okay, let's do it. Starting off with Black Wings. I'm going to just assume that is a boss. Let's go. Right into it. It sounds like this whole game is just like a fun adventure because of the music. Like the music is such a big part of it. I know the music is a part of every game, but then there's those games that like you can't help but talk about the music from the game, and I think Ys is one of those. And Falcom in general. I think the year says 2012. 2012, huh? Was that still the PS3? Let's look. '2012 action role-playing game. That was for the PlayStation Vita. I'm reading the Wikipedia. There's like so much metal going on in the background, and then such a nice little violin on top. That's so funny, the contrast. I'm gonna read some of the synopsis here. And there's a lot of these games, right? At least 8. I know that. But I don't know if they're all numbered like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Guitar solo. Oh, harmony. To another solo, nice. Violin. It's so nice, and then it's like you can headbang to it or just however you choose. You can listen to it. 2-for-1 song. noticing this artwork. It looks pretty cool, actually. It's got the feather and what looks like an old script. Alright, that had to be 100% a battle team. I mean, just the name alone, Black Wing, sounds like I'm fighting some crazy gigantic bat or something. Or demon. But also just the right? I haven't played many RPGs in my life, but I think I've played enough where I can kind of, well, who knows, really? I'm just taking a guess. But it really sounds like, actually everything in East sounds like a battle theme. Or maybe everything I've heard has been a battle theme and I haven't heard any other stuff. Who knows? But when I think of East, I definitely think of like that sound right there. That specific sound. And I don't mean this in a bad way, but a lot of them kind of sound in that same similar vein. Like it's really not a bad thing. It's kind of like a style. But it's hard to sometimes differentiate which song is which because of it is what I'm like getting at. So will I remember in a year from now that Black Wing sounded like that? Probably not. But I will know the feel and the sound of East, if that makes sense. So also the name Foliage Ocean in Celceta, like I was like trying, is like a translation thing? When I think of foliage, I think of, you know, autumn and the color of leaves and all that. I don't know what the exact term is. I haven't heard that word in many years, but from what I remember, it was like, you know, the color of leaves or like nature or something like that. Very broad statement, I know. So Foliage Ocean, and then the other one is Memories of Ocean, like Memories of Celceta. So I don't know. So it says here, Memories of Celceta, I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, is identified by Nihon Falcom as the 4th canonical game in the series. So, okay, so East 4. After they had outsourced the development of East 4 Mask of the Sun, and East 4 The Dawn of East in the 90s. Man, there's a lot of confusion with these titles. There's a lot of East games and a lot of titling issues. The game follows the usual series protagonist, Adol Kristen, who begins the game with amnesia as he explores the forest of Celceta with his companions. The usual series protagonist. Okay, that's all it says. Okay, well that's interesting now because I've never known anything besides that just now. I don't typically ever look up anything, but sometimes, you know, I've been checking out these songs for a while now, and I get curious. So is this kind of like a Final Fantasy where it's like multiple, every game is different, but they'll show certain characters over and over? Or is this one gigantic series and still going or something? Because when I hear that it has the same protagonist, maybe it's just like the same protagonist, but in different scenarios. You know what I mean? So let me know. Well, yeah, I mean, all I got from that, as politely as possible, was just like a very generic, high energy, cool theme, which sounded like a battle theme. What was really cool about it, though, is this kind of dual personality of the song where it's quite literally just like metal and kind of black metal sounding underneath, you know, and then the high use of the cymbals, but only that. And then the violin on top was completely separate. Like if you separated the two, they would be two completely different pieces of music. You know, you could definitely have like the metalheads rock out to that subsection and then show the violin part to like an older person or whatever, and they would just love that solo violin part. It's really interesting how that works sometimes, but it's cool because it's kind of like a clash of things you normally would not hear. And that's one of the reasons why video game music is so cool, is that there's bands that exist that do stuff like that, but bands like video games are, you know, niche at sometimes, but you know, at least maybe you can hear this stuff more in a video game because they have a little bit more mass appeal than, let's say, a band that specializes in just that genre, whatever that is. So it's really cool. You know, it gets kind of some attention out there. And that's really all I got from that. It was just very like, okay, cool, battle theme, let's go. And that's it. But I have no idea. I really have no idea where this could play, so please let me know. But the only thing I really got from that was giant bat, I guess, if I had to be specific. And that's pretty much that. So we move on to the next one, Underground Ruins. Now this sounds more interesting to me. Nothing to take away from the last song, but now, and the reason I say it is because I just said maybe everything I've heard has been about a song. Maybe because a lot of East music has sounded very much like the one we just heard. So now when I hear Underground Ruins, I'm thinking a more very specific setting, maybe not a fight. So I'm kind of, my interest is, it's peaked. This is Underground Ruins from the same game. Yeah, a lot of power metal, a lot of neoclassical metal. Heavy keyboard use. A lot of violins. If I recall correctly, this is like a band, right? JDK band, yeah. Which I believe, from the comment section, that it's like the in-house Falcom band. Could be wrong about that. This one reminds me a little bit of Toho. A little bit. Kind of the same idea though, right? Metal underneath and then like a nice melody up top. Like layers. Although this one has more of like an 80s synth bass going on. Sounds a little more technological. I'm not getting Underground Ruins vibes, but it's cool. I'm guessing East fans, or East music fans, also like Xenoblade Chronicles music. I would have to assume. There's a similarity. Violins mainly. It's so fun though. It's like uplifting and yeah. Good job, team. Quick loop too. It's like a minute. Probably another fight. That's cool. That's my favorite part. The descending. Yeah, the guitars are like very powerful rhythmically in these songs. They're very simple, dun, 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 but it's like the moving of the chord is really like shifting the whole song. It could just be like dun, 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 but then it goes dun, 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 dun. It's playing with very basic chord progressions, but with the gallops and the palm muting and the electric guitar, it kind of gives this like edge. So this is what I mean, and again, I don't mean this in any bad way, but this is what I mean. But like both those songs, they could live almost like together. They almost can sound like the same song at once, like one long giant song. And there's nothing against that. I know people definitely like a certain style, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of thing. I'm more of a fan of like variety and changing things up. But there's a time and place for everything, right? It's not like even for variety, as much as I like variety, I can't even just listen to variety all the time. Does that make sense? Like sometimes I like to just hear, like here's an example of a famous metal band, Slayer. They've been doing the same thing for like 30, 40 years, and they have like a diehard following because of that. But then there's, even though I can't like do that and listen to nothing but like that style, there's times where I'm like, I just want to listen to Slayer or something. So it's kind of the same thing here when I listen to these kind of things. There's like moments where I'm like, I just want to like, you know, put something on, like pump me up, that type of thing. So they have everything has its place. So nothing is like a critique on its lack of variety, but it's more like they honed their craft, I guess, is what I'm getting at. But which leaves me with this kind of beckoning of curiosity of, does East like slow down? Does it, and not for the just sake of slowing down. I'm talking for like context of the story. Like surely there has to be some, ups and downs, roller coasters of emotions in these games. There's so many of these games that I'm really curious to what either the JDK band or the Falcom team does for when it's like a serious moment. I want to hear like the dynamics. So then moments like this really, really shine, right? If it's just like, because I really doubt, I would hope not, that the whole game just sounds, or the entirety of the games are just mostly like faster metal. As much as I love metal, it's just, the tempo of both of these songs were like almost identical. Everything was like pretty much the same. And although they're all cool, I remember there was one song from East, I forgot which one. Maybe I can look it up right now. That I did not too long ago. I remember it stood out because it was like so heavy, and it was different. It wasn't just all speed and violin. It was like, oh, this is like actually pretty gnarly. Searching my own YouTube channel on YouTube. That's where we're at. I've done a lot of East videos though. I have a whole playlist of, and yeah, I've done Oath and Felgana. I did Ancient Land from this game right here. Termination, that's what it was. Yeah, Termination was cool. And even the thumbnail, I'm like rocking out. I did Termination twice. Two videos. Yeah, we done Chronicles, Origin, East 8, 7. Yeah, there's a bunch. Yeah, Falcom stuff is like, it seems like that's kind of like a Falcom thing though, not just East. It seems like Falcom is all about like rocking out, but I could be wrong though. I have no experience with them. I'm also not sure. There seemed to be a big deal, but I'm also not sure if they were like a specific to a certain console, or if they're just kind of more known that I think they are. But it looks interesting, right? The game looks interesting, and this whole like main protagonist thing is interesting, and how many games there are is interesting. It's obviously selling enough to keep going. Company's not gonna keep putting dollars in a dead series. So let me know more about East, and what other, do they deviate and do other songs? Mind you, when people send me stuff, I don't blame them, but I figure most people send me stuff that is like kind of energetic and metal because they think I'm just gonna like it, which is fine. But maybe that's why I've only heard stuff like that. Is what I'm saying. Is that they want to hear all that cool, hype, energetic music, but you know what I mean. So yeah, let me know if East has like a broader spectrum than just rocking out, which is fine. Thank you to Mega and Patrick for that. That was Underground Ruins and Black Wings. Both sound like battle themes. That's all I got really from. I didn't get a setting, although this one's called Underground Ruins. I just heard two battle themes really in my head. So let me know, and thank you to all my Patreon supporters. I cannot be here without them. Truly, I cannot. Thank you to my Platinum members who get priority. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse in the Auditorium. Peace.